Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. It is playoff time in the NFL, and folks, we almost got the result of a tie on Sunday Night Football. That game was electric between the Raiders and the Chargers, but a game-winning kick by the Raiders meant that the Chiefs will indeed play the Pittsburgh Steelers on Wild Card Weekend. 7-seeded Steelers come to Arrowhead Stadium to face the number 2-seeded Kansas City Chiefs. This one will be the Sunday night matchup, January 16th, 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central Time. Chiefs heavy favorites, over-under set at 46.5. You see some notes there on screen for you guys with some of the matchups as well. Recent playoff history, of course. This will also be the third playoff matchup between these two. They have split in their prior two matchups, so someone's going to take a 2-1 lead when it comes to the postseason. But Big Ben's career continues, but come on, let's put it to an end at Arrowhead Stadium. Who you got? We'll break this down further, take a look at some details when it comes to this matchup. Type PIT for the Pittsburgh Steelers, type KC for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a nice story to see Big Ben in the playoffs, but come on, the dream has to end at Arrowhead. I'm typing my KC for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, I mentioned it was a wild Sunday night as the Raiders beat the Chargers literally at the last second in overtime. Steelers fans were sweating this one out, but they do get in as the 7 seed. Tennessee is the top seed, so they will have a first-round bye. So you've got Kansas City against Pittsburgh, Buffalo against New England, an AFC East matchup there. And then Vegas will head to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bengals. So it should be a fun wild card weekend. Of course, the NFC has some good matchups as well. You look at how these teams are trending. The Chiefs' last 5 games here, 4 of 5, 9 of 10 overall. The lone loss against the Bengals a couple of weeks ago. You look back just a few weeks back, Week 16, Kansas City hammered Pittsburgh, 36-10. That game was 30-0 at halftime, I believe. It was never close, and I think there's a chance that this could be a blowout as well if Kansas City gets off to a good start. Pittsburgh, it's been up and down all year, but they won their final 2 games against AFC North opponents to sneak in at 9-7-1. Obviously, Big Ben, all expectations are that this is his final season. Had that farewell game against the Browns at Heinz Field, and then went to Baltimore and got into the playoffs with an overtime win. So good storyline there, but the Chiefs are heavy favorites. And if you want to bet on the Kansas City Chiefs, well, go to BetUS. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. That is the link right there. Use our promo code Chiefs125. You put down $100, you're going to get $125 for free. It's a heck of a deal. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. And if you look at the AFC title odds, you can bet on that as well. If you don't want to just bet on the game, Chiefs favorites plus 200. Put down $10 if they win the AFC. You'd get 20 in return. Titans at plus 325. Bills plus 375. Bengals plus 900. And then the Patriots rounding out the top 5 favorites at plus 1,000. Let's talk Tyreek Hill, who was banged up in that Week 18 matchup. He tweaked his heel in warm-ups, it sounds like. Obviously had another huge season with almost 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. Played about 10, 12, 15 snaps against the Broncos in that matchup. Andy Reid spoke on Tyreek Hill, said he had a sore heel, so we held him out for most of the game, although he jumped in and played a little. We saw him coming in on the key 4th and 1, got the first down, came in on a few other snaps, but they wanted to limit his reps there. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good to go to play in this game. We'll monitor this throughout the week here leading up to Sunday night, but if I had to guess, Tyreek Hill will play and be close to full strength. At least that's what I'm hoping for on Sunday, because obviously if he's out or if he's not close to 100%, that's a big deal. That takes a big play weapon out of your offense. Predict the score: Steelers, Chiefs, Sunday Night Football, AFC wildcard matchup between Patrick Mahomes and Big Ben Roethlisberger. Let us know who's going to win and what the final score is going to end up being down in the comments. And by the way, don't jinx it. You're probably sitting at home, we can take this weekend off. We blew out the Steelers a couple of weeks ago. Don't jinx it. If you want a Chiefs dub, subscribe. Sub for Chiefs dubs. That's how it works here. The more subscribers we get on this video, the better chance the Chiefs are going to have to win this matchup. Don't jinx it. Don't be that guy if the Chiefs somehow get upset on Sunday night like, I wish I would have just subscribed. They probably would have won. hit that big red button. We will continue to have you guys covered throughout the NFL playoffs. Just subscribe, share that link below with a friend, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, and we will continue to bring you videos almost every single day. Okay, let's get to some keys to victory for Kansas City to take down Pittsburgh on Wild Card Week. And number one, and I think this is just the clearest key of all, get after Big Ben. We'll show the quarterback comparison here between Big Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes. Roethlisberger's raw stats aren't terrible, almost 65%, 22-10 touchdown interception ratio. 3,700 yards, but you see the QB rating below 90. That's below average. We know his arm is pretty shot at this point. He can't stretch the field nearly as good as he used to. You get pressure on him, and he's kind of done. Like, he can't throw off platform. He's not nearly as mobile as he once was. So get pressure on him, whether you have to blitz or get home with 4. You get consistent pressure on Big Ben, you're going to have a lot of success in this football game. So that's key number 1, 2, and 3 as far as I'm concerned. We'll talk about a few other keys, but get pressure on Big Ben, and you're going to be in good shape. Number 2, feed Travis Kelce, who's been a little quieter as of late. Obviously, went on the COVID list. Maybe he's still getting his win back from that. You never know on that front. But, let's get back to getting him 8, 9, 10 catches a game, 100-plus yards. I mean, this has got to be your guy come playoff time, especially if Tyreek Hill is banged up. If his foot is tweaked, then is not 100%. Tyreek Hill's not just the Mahomes safety blanket, but he can be a big play weapon as well. We saw the game-winning touchdown against the Chargers. He catches a simple crosser over the middle, pivots, turns, and weaves his way 25 more yards to the end zone. Get Travis Kelce involved early, often, lots of targets. He needs to be getting double-digit targets per game and hopefully double-digit catches per game throughout the postseason. All right, and then key number 3, and it all kind of ties together, start fast, never look back. We saw that with the Steelers game a few weeks ago, 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, 30-0 at halftime, I believe is what it was. This is not a team built to come back from behind from multiple scores deficits. If you're Kansas City, you get a 10-0, 14-0 lead early in this one, game's probably over. Repeat the Week 16 formula. Focus, start fast, get some stops on defense. Hopefully the defense plays better than it has the last couple of weeks. And get that momentum early. Put pressure on Ben Roethlisberger because the Steelers are going to want to run the ball with Najee Harris to stay balanced. Once the Steelers got behind in that game earlier in the season, sure, Harris rushed for over 100 yards, but once you're down that big, it didn't matter. Get out to a quick start, game's going to be over. The Steelers are not the Bengals where Joe Burrow is going to keep coming and he can keep scoring points. Ben Roethlisberger is just not capable of that at this point in his career. All right, we asked you once, we'll ask you again. Predict the score. Get those score predictions. It'll be the pinned comment. You can just reply right there. Let us know who's going to win, too. Don't just put 28-10. I'm like, okay, did you pick the Steelers, the Chiefs? I don't know. Put Chiefs 28, Steelers 10, etc. Whoever you got winning, let us know which team goes with what score. All right, I predict Chiefs win it 31-17. I don't think it'll be quite the blowout we saw in Week 16, but I just don't think the Steelers have the firepower to put up, 25, 28-plus points. And I think you're at least going to have to get into the mid-late 20s to beat Kansas City in Arrowhead come playoff time. So Chiefs by 2 touchdowns. I think they cruise in this game. Maybe it's close at halftime, but in the second half, Kansas City will pull away. That's my prediction. Subscribe. More videos to come throughout the week.